I think Leonidas Arkona may be preparing a surprise move for Brian Shaw, and Brian may not be prepared for it. But before we discuss that, let's talk about Sergey Bogoslov's injury update. A couple of days ago at the Armatura 12 event, Sergey Bogoslov broke his left arm. Here is the recent update from him. Hello everyone, I had a surgery. The first time I was throwing up, but now I'm gone. I think he meant to say, or the translation is trying to say, he's okay now. They inserted me, not plates, but a skewer in my bones. We have already done drips, antibiotics, and painkillers. I don't know yet when they will discharge me. Overall, everything is great. Thanks to everyone who is worried. We are constantly in touch. Hope that the surgery went well and soon Sergey will be discharged and we will bring the champion home to Moscow. This is a statement from Armatura, obviously. Well, while Bogoslov has Krasnoyarsk vacation, we asked the local guys to check the champion. Fortunately, in Krasnoyarsk, the arm of brothers is enough. I have to give it to the Russian medical system and whoever arranged this surgery. An injury within like 24 hours is amazing. The Western countries cannot even imagine such a speedy process. Not unless they spend thousands and thousands of dollars. Now let's discuss Brian Shaw and Leonidas Arkona's recent training footages that they have posted on their Instagram. Brian Shaw first. Here he is training with Brandon Allen. He has already defeated him, but Brandon has the style of Leonidas Arkona, somewhat similar. And Brian is looking in great control here. Obviously, they are not going all out. It looks like maybe both of them are going about 80% or 70%, I would say. I think Brandon has the hand strength of Leonidas, but his arm power is lacking. And some guys were saying that Brian still looks like an amateur. He doesn't move well on the table. In this controlled practice environment, I think he's moving as good as anyone can. His top roll looks like something that John Brzezinski does. A lot of thumb control, a lot of pronation, and a lot of side pressure. And after practicing with Brian, Brandon Allen said that since the last time they practiced together, which was 8 months ago, Brian's side pressure and his hand control have improved significantly. He's a different animal now.
So it's a learning. It's all learning. But I can say that I have significantly changed from August. So it's a different, different animal coming to the table for sure.
There was a fan question about a potential, not a potential, but a hypothetical, fictional Brian Shaw versus prime Richard Lupke super match. And everyone on the call immediately told Brian that it's not a good match. Richard Lupke was way too strong. And there was a question about a Brian Shaw versus Schoolboy match too. And they discussed that Schoolboy already lost to Leonidas Arkona. So if Brian beats Leonidas, then the Schoolboy match doesn't really make sense. Here, Leonidas Arkona is working his side pressure, I guess. There is some cupping involved and a lot of side pressure because this guy is literally pulling sideways on his arm. But his hand is not being worked that much, at least not in this practice pull. Let's see the next video. Different setup this time. A guy is wrapping a band around him and then he's holding the band, pulling the band with his left arm, and Leonidas is attacking again and again and again. So again, lot of pressure on his arm, but not so much on his hand. The hand is kind of not vulnerable in this position, but Brian Shaw will be attacking it. The first thing that he will be attacking will be the hand. In this practice, again, he's pulling sideways, this time holding a heavy grip, a thick grip in his hand. So working on his hand a little bit, I guess, but still nothing compared to the pressure that Brian Shaw will be putting in his hand. So I'm not sure if this is the smartest way to train for Brian Shaw, but Leonidas surely knows what he's doing. And this is the most recent practice pull footage that he has uploaded on his Instagram. A couple of guys this time. One is working on his regular arm wrestling and the other guy is pulling on the band. So I don't see too much difference here. Once again, there is not enough pressure on the hand, and that's the only thing. I shouldn't be saying the only thing, but the main thing that Brian will be targeting, and it will be the hand of Leonidas Arkona. So let's see if this training is enough or not. But now let's talk about the secret weapon that I think Leonidas is preparing for Brian Shaw. So far, everything that we have seen from Brian Shaw is revolving around attacking with the top roll and also defending against a top roll. Nothing is even close to a hook. He does his flop press every now and then, but it is not preparing him against a hook. In the Larry Wheels King of the Table super match, Leonidas Arkona realized that top rolling Larry isn't so easy. The match kind of naturally went into a hook, and surprisingly Leonidas felt comfortable there. And from there on, he defeated Larry in almost all of the 6 rounds in a hook. By round 4, it was Larry Wheels who decided to top roll, because in a hook Leonidas was too much, and Leonidas was easily able to contain that. If somehow Leonidas can force a surprise hook on Brian Shaw, I think his pronation will be gone and he will be in all sorts of trouble. I don't see Brian Shaw beating Leonidas in a hook. He'll probably try to flop his own wrist back from there. He'll probably try to still top roll, maybe go into a king's move. Nothing is going to work from there. So I won't be surprised at all if Leonidas pulls out a hook round 1 or maybe in the later rounds. And if that happens, Brian Shaw is in trouble. If you want to see whether it happens or not at a discounted price, use code Pradeep while following the link in the description to purchase the pay-per-view. Thanks for watching.